Dominic Haddy here with Fightstar TV. I'm here with Noah Mannion. Noah will be fighting on May 18th at Fightstar Championship 17. Noah, my friend, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Yeah, all good.
Good, mate. So, we're not far away from it now. In your fight camp, leading up to this fight, you've had two bank holiday weekends. How's that been for you?
It's been all right, it still hasn't interfered with training or anything, so we've been doing sparring in the mornings on those bank holidays instead, so still getting the work in.
So it kind of takes a chunk out of that, so you ain't got to really think about going out into the beer garden just yet.
Nah, nah.
No, that's it, mate. So, you fought your last three fights have been on Fightstar, is that correct?
Yeah.
So how's it been fighting with them? They're an up and coming organisation. They're getting good fights, getting entertaining fights. They're really pushing it. So how did you come about with Fightstar? What's made you sort of build that relationship where you keep coming back? Is it a mutual thing? Is it you keep wanting to come back, they keep asking you to come back? How's it really working with yourself?
You know what? It's a good show. Fair matchups, and yeah, I've just keeping my coach keeps he's been getting me matchups there, so yeah, that's how it is.
And like I said, you really enjoy it. You haven't fought since sort of December time. So these last sort of 4 months for yourself, how have they been? Before that you were fighting somewhat regularly. Is it just you just enjoyed this time off? You just wanted to regroup? What sort of had you take a few months off?
Yeah, I've just taken a few months off, and because my last fight it was a pretty intense one, so I went 3 rounds, and yeah, so I decided to take some time off, work on some things, and now I've seen my game improve a lot in those past 6 months. So the next time I go in there in 2 weeks, you'll see a lot of improvements.
Jolly, that's good to hear, mate. And sort of going on from this fight, should all go smoothly for yourself? How many times are you hoping to fight this like in 2019?
At least 4 times this year. I want to at least get 4 amateur fights in this year.
Yeah.
I just want to be as active as possible. Along with the BJJ comps as well. I do that in between fights. So yeah.
Is that a different sort of mentality going into BJJ? Obviously, there's no striking and everything like that. It's still very intense, but do you sort of attack it in the same mindset as you do an MMA fight?
Yeah, any competition, I approach it the same mindset, you know. I put it's just much work in for a BJJ comp as I do for an MMA fight, because you could be fighting like at least 4 times during like grappling competitions. So you got to make sure like your conditioning is at a good level.
That's it, mate. And in terms of when you're at BJJ, obviously you're fighting a bantamweight in the MMA.
Yeah.
In BJJ, what are you usually weighing at for those competitions?
Usually, so for like nogi, for example, it's usually up minus 73. I go in that.
Okay, so there's a bit of wiggle room there. Still pretty low though.
Yeah,
Do you enjoy fighting a bantamweight um, for yourself? Do you enjoy that sort of the weight cut? Like how big of a cut is it for you?
yeah, it's a pretty big cut. So let's say at the start of an 8 week fight camp, I'll be at like 71 kilos, and then I'm gradually making it down to bantamweight. So keeping my diet clean, um, and then obviously in the last 2 weeks, I'm cutting down on the carbs, and then last week as well, the water loading. So I usually lose about 5 kilos on the last week
Really?
from loading. Yeah.
Oof, that is no matter how many times I hear how much fighters lose on fight weight, it's still daunting to hear. 5 kg is just mad. What's your like your biggest vice? What's the thing you miss the most in fight camp?
Probably. So when I first went to bantamweight, um, was December 2017. That was my first fight on Fightstar. first fight I had at Fightstar, yeah. So that was it was a pretty big cut. Again, I went from 72 to 61, and yeah, I felt the weight cut, but
Mm.
mentally I didn't let it get to me, you know. So I think the key thing for weight cutting is don't stress about it too much. Just get on with it, and as long as you do the correct process, you'll be okay.
Good, mate. That's good to hear. Do you have a nutritionist in place, or is it just within your team that you work on the weight cut?
Just within my team that we work the weight cut because they're all very experienced. They know what they're doing, so I just take their advice and go from there. Really.
No, that's good to. Well, I know your team well. New Wave Academy. I had some good chats with Tarek Khan, who fought at MTK a few weeks ago
Yeah.
For the RDX Amateur featherweight title. Didn't go his way that night. Nothing to be ashamed of. The guy he fought is just a phenomenal fighter himself. They're both. Will Timmins is very good. Tarek Khan's very
Yeah.
good. It was just one of those fights that was entertaining from the get go. Were you at MTK for that night?
I wasn't. I'm afraid I had to be at work, but I watched the live stream afterwards. It was a tough fight. I mean, Tarek. I saw the first minute he started off strong.
Yeah.
Timmins was just able to work his game, and he's got really good top pressure, and I know that myself as I fought him
Yeah, exactly. I
before.
remember him sat at Tarek's
So
hand.
yeah, and he's relentless. Like yeah,
Yeah, well, he's going for another belt. I think he's going for the Cage Warriors Academy belt soon in Colchester on the
I heard.
31st of May. But I remember, when I interviewed Tarek, he said, yeah, a teammate of mine, no way, he fought him before, and we know he's a strong guy. So going
Mm,
into that fight, I think it was definitely an exciting fight, but a lot of respect between the guys. Have you spoken to Tarek since? I've noticed on his Instagram he's just boozing it. I'm sure he'll watch this. Oh, I've seen him. It's just him just booze constantly since. So I think he's just enjoying some time off. But have you had much time to chat with him?
yeah, I spoke to him after. Just checked up on him, see if he's all right, and he seems he's doing okay. So hopefully, next fight for him comes soon, and yeah, back to full swing.
No, that's it, mate. He's a very good fighter, like I said, like yourself. So
Yeah,
the guy, the chap you're fighting, Amit Kangal. Um, not a lot of known about him. I understand he's sort of 0-2 right now. He's still
yeah.
trying to find his feet in the game. What have
Mm.
you found out about him? Have you managed to watch many of his stuff?
Yeah, so I've seen one fight of his. I know he fights out of Team Titan.
Mm.
So, despite the record of his, I'm expecting him to, come in prepared. You know, anybody I fight, I come in with the same mentality. I don't care if they come in with a negative record or if they're undefeated.
Mm.
I always approach them the same way. You can't doubt anyone in this game because anything can happen.
So true, man. Look, at the end of the day, he could sort of take like in two mindsets. He could take, look, I'm 0-2. What's the worst that can happen? I can lose another fight. I might as well just go full swing, or he'll be feeling the pressure. You don't want to go 0-3, of course, in your first three. So it's going to be interesting to see how sort of it's dealt with. But like you say for yourself, all you can do is think about your game and think how it's going to work for yourself. So going up to now, we're now under 2 weeks away. We're now 13 days away from the fight. Um,
Yeah.
the weight cut starts on next Monday.
Yes. So I'm doing good. I'm on track for my weight cut, and I'll be more than ready for the water loading.
Hmm.
I'm not feeling any sort of pressure from it. And I've just mentally prepared myself for this, so it's just part of the process.
That's it, mate.
And I am gonna make weight, and then come fight night, my hand will be raised.
Well, that's it, mate. It's the best mindset to have. If you think too much about the weight cut, you just cannot think about the fight. Obviously, so these next sort of 7 days for yourself, is
Yeah.
it all still focused on training, even weight? Obviously, the weight cut's always going to be in your mind. You can't ignore it completely. But is it sort of at
Mm.
the back of your mind right now? This week is just the last bit of hard work for you.
Yeah, right now, just getting the last hard week of training in. So tomorrow I'll be sparring, full on MMA sparring. It'll be my last one before Fightstar. So yeah, and then just making sure, going even though it's the last week of hard training, just making sure no injuries, you know,
Mm.
and getting that pad working with my coaches, going over game plans, things like that.
Nice, mate. As like I said, you sort of when you're winding down, I can imagine it's just kind of repetitive. You've done it all before. You just want to get in there now. But these next 13 days are crucial for yourself. Do you have much planned for on the night? Have you got a lot of people coming down to watch?
Yeah, so I've had a few people asking for tickets. This morning, actually, I've been sorting out people wanting tickets. So yeah, it'll be a good crowd coming in to support.
Nice. So
Yeah,
it's in Brentford. Whereabouts are you based?
I'm based in southeast London, Dulwich.
Okay, so how a bit of a journey, or should be all right.
It should be all right. Just under an hour to get there. You
Yeah,
know, yeah,
it's all right for me.
easy.
I'm like 15-minute drive from there, so I'm looking forward to
Oh,
watching the
no.
fights. But sort of going in now. Final little bit. Have you got much planned for after the fight, or is it right now just focus fully on the fight? You don't even want to think about the end of it.
Yeah, just focusing fully on the fight for now. Just keeping the diet clean and yeah, staying injury free. That's my focus right now. But after we'll see. I'll probably take a week off after the fight,
Mm.
and then we'll see what we do from there.
Nice, mate. Unlike Tarek Khan, who I know for a fact, genuinely, just before we come online, I went on his Instagram and he's just done a boomerang, which is bad enough of him just holding a pint of beer. So he needs to. Hopefully, he'll be back on the training regimen with you soon, Noah. But is he going to be there? Do you know?
I'm not sure yet. I mean, I hope he is there. It'd be great to see
Yeah.
him. But I'll definitely be speaking to him soon. He's getting back on training. So yeah,
Nice, right. I saw, yeah, to be fair, I saw it with him at MTK, just how sort of a tight knit group New Wave are. So it's really good to see how much they're supporting the amateurs coming through. So people like
yeah,
yourself, it's going to be, yeah, it's really good to see from a camp. It looks like people want to be a part of NWA. So it's just really good to see, mate. But no, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I know you've got a busy day. What's the rest of the day look like for you?
So today, I've taken this is my rest day off from
Mhm.
training. And then later in the evening, I'm going to work. I work in security part time.
Okay.
Yeah, so it fits around perfectly with my training. Doesn't disturb my training too much, you know. So because when I'm training for fights, like for 8 week fight camp, I'll be training 6 days a week, twice a day during the weekdays. So that'll consist of like strength conditioning, um, cardio, and obviously the sparring and working on technique as well.
Yeah.
So I'm when the time comes to turn pro, I will be ready.
Yeah, that's good, mate. When you say you work as security, is that sort of private security? Is it nightclubs? Like, what is it you do?
Yeah, so I start a cocktail bar in
Okay,
Covent Garden, and I also do events security as well.
nice, mate. What was that was in Covent Garden? The cocktail bar.
So
Was it in Covent Garden? Did you say?
yes,
Whereabouts? What's it called? Okay.
it's called Blame Gloria. It's about 5 minutes from Charing Cross.
Ah, okay, nice, mate.
Yeah,
So, mate, there's your after party sorted right there.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
nice, mate. No, mate. I just want to say I really do appreciate the time. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy training camp to have a chat with me. I cannot wait for May 18th. It's going to be a great fight, and I'm looking forward to chatting you there in person.
Oh, you too, man. Thank you.
No
Thank
worries. Cheers, no, mate. Take it easy. Speak to you soon.
you too. Take care. Bye.
Bye.